Oh, by the way, where the flip were the Demogorgons and everything in the Abyss? Just not there at all.
That's a great question.
How were there no guards? Just so stupid. Sorry.
No, it's you're right. All right, guys. It's the new year. Storm Online stock is rising at a rapid rate.
It's time to buy, guys.
And it's time to get into the Stranger Things finale.
Yes. We're here. We're excited.
Have been in anticipation for this season.
For a very long time.
For a very long time. We've been massive Stranger Things fans. So we have lots of thoughts. You've seen the title. I don't know what the title's going to be yet, but it's probably not going to be super positive.
Yeah.
You've seen the title, so let's just get into it. Grant, what are your off the jump thoughts about season 5, the finale?
If I have one single word that, like, if I was to describe this season in one word, I would say disappointing. And
yeah,
I know some people in the comments will be like, but wait, the finale was so, like, all the characters got a happy ending. Man, what? It's 2026. Not all characters have to have a happy ending. It's not Upward Soccer, everybody gets a trophy, okay? Like, let's be real. Some characters needed to die. The show was too big. At a certain point, I kind of felt like it was a little bit of parody because every character, like, achieved their dreams to an extent.
It felt like a fan fiction of what season 5 was supposed to be.
Yeah, or like, let's design every character's best ending and, like, they achieve their dreams, and then we'll just give it to them. Which, like, I do give... I'm going to put a huge asterisk by just all of this, because, one, I've never really finished a story that I've been happy with. 2, finishing a story is very, very difficult. I mean, you can name so many more shows, movies that the ending was terrible than you can the ending was great.
That's true. That is true.
Like, finishing a story is the hardest thing to do, right? So... that's, like, what's hard, though, is, like, I want to give them some benefit of the doubt, but also there's so many things that I'm like, I feel like I could have at least come up with some better ideas in here than what was actually given to us.
No,
so,
yeah, I totally agree.
But, yeah, if you had one word, if you have one instant reaction, what are you giving Stranger Things finale?
Bland.
Bland. Ooh, that's a good word.
Yeah.
Which is sad because the show had so much intrigue to start out.
And here's the thing. Look, I saw this in theaters literally this morning. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I wake up at like 8 o'clock, and this is after New Year's, by the way. So I had already been up till like 3 hanging out with friends.
Oh, yeah.
So I wake up, not super excited to be up at 8, which I never really am, but like this time I was extra disappointed. And then the credits started rolling at the end of the theatrical experience, and I was just like, sad and hurt by the Duffer Brothers.
Yeah.
I was like, I have invested, and I like driving home, I was like, I've probably been more invested in the Stranger Things characters more than any other characters in my life.
Yeah.
Just because it's had significant longevity, and like we've grown up with them. And like I bought books, I bought posters, I bought
vinyl records.
Like I have been so invested for 10 plus years of my life in these characters.
Yeah.
And I just kind of felt stabbed in the back by Matt and Ross Duffer.
Yeah. What sucks, too, is, like, there's going to be some people that comment and be like, guys, it's not that deep. First off, it's our job here at Stole My Line to review movies and television.
If you think it's not that deep, this is not the podcast for you.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's not that deep for you, but this is what we do here. Second, if you've invested 8 years minimum of your life in characters that you've cared a lot about, and, like, I mean, to the point where you're reading fan theories online and... you know, like Drew said, buying merchandise and dressing up as Steve Harrington for Halloween, which I did. Like,
that's true, yeah.
Like, yes, at a certain point, it's not that deep, but also, like, this was a huge part of our lives, so we are allowed to be disappointed.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
And what sucks, too, is, like, yes, some characters did get a happy ending, which I liked. You said it best right before we started rolling, like, I didn't like the way that we got there. And, like, completely agree. I just don't like the way that we got there for a lot of it. So,
and I mean, I do have positives. Like, it's not all negative.
I do too.
I have positives about specifically the finale. But I think season 5 as a whole was just bland and disappointing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I guess we could talk about this at the end of the podcast, but I kind of want to talk about it now.
Okay.
Let's rank the Stranger Things seasons, and we can do this individually.
Okay, I think we're going to have to do it individually.
And we're ranking off quality, not off what we like the most. I want to say that too. Like,
Okay.
how we think.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I will have our own personal rankings, whatever. Maybe we'll do that at the end of this episode. But like, what is the order from 1 through 5, and which season is the best to the worst? And I want you to start.
Okay. This is going to offend you.
Okay.
I'm going to go 1, 4, 2, 3, 5.
That doesn't even fit me that much. I think 4 is too high.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I will straight up say I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that is the order of like the quality of seasons to me. Yeah.
Okay.
I think as the show got too big, the quality of storytelling specifically dwindled. I don't think like production value dwindled. I would say maybe some of the filmmaking techniques dwindled because they could just do whatever they wanted. But you know, that's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Comment below what you rank. I feel like that's fair. I want to hear what some of y'all think. So, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I learned a lot more people like season 4 than I like season 4. And you know what?
Grant is not super high on season 4.
I'm not. But watching the season, I was missing season 4. I was like, wait, I actually felt like all the characters were in danger.
Yeah, exactly.
And like,
exactly.
I was super invested in Max in season 4 because like, oh my gosh, she might die any second.
Ugh.
Like the running up that hill scene in episode 4 of season 4.
So tense.
Yeah, so tense. And like at the end too, when her bones get crunched, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is one of these characters that I've grown up with that might die. And I mean, I still think she should have died, but you know, it's neither here nor there. So, I don't know. Is there anything else you would like to talk about before we dig into spoilers?
I think we should just get into it.
All right. If you haven't seen the season 5 finale, really the finale of all of Stranger Things,
Yeah, which is wild.
go watch it. I mean, you've probably seen it if you're here. So we're about to spoil the crap out of it. Yeah. So Vecna dies about halfway through the episode.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, okay. I guess to start, what did you think of just like certain plot points of the story, specifically Vecna and like taking down Vecna and all that?
Okay. And I've seen some critique about kind of the 40-ish minute epilogue.
I don't even care.
I didn't even hate it. Okay.
I hated how much. I would have rather this genuinely have been 2 hours and 40 minutes and have 2 hours of a finale than 40 minutes of an epilogue. Genuinely.
Right. I mean, I don't want to touch too much on all the other episodes because we've already done episodes on them.
Mm-hmm.
But 5, 6, and 7 were such a waste. I knew you were going to do that.
Keep going.
They were such a waste of like time and space.
Yes.
That it's like this 2 hours and 8 minutes of this episode could have been the epilogue, and we could have gotten character development in 5, 6, and 7. Could have been the 3.5 hour fight with Vecna.
Yeah.
That is sick and tension filled, and people die and there's stakes.
Yeah.
But no, we got about an hour and 10 minutes of a fight with Vecna, and it was so underwhelming.
Yeah. And what sucks is like I don't think it was meant to be underwhelming at all. Like the scale of it was really cool. Like visually it was kind of cool. The monster thing, whatever, was really cool. And I say that like a ... because the monster did basically nothing. Like there's no build up to this giant monster, and then like it died basically instantly. And then like, yeah, I was glad we got some Vecna backstory / character development.
Barely.
But then like he just kind of dies immediately afterwards, and I don't feel sympathy for him. Like I honestly think it would have been cooler if like Vecna still didn't like overcome the mind flayer, but like they killed Vecna or whatever, and then like as he's dying he's like, thank you, like I get peace and release now. Like,
oh yeah.
I think that could have been cool. And he's just kind of like, nah, like I'm gonna side with the mind flayer either way, and then he just dies. And like, I don't know, that's nitpicky maybe a little bit, but
well, no, I think the whole season it's been set up of like Vecna has this history and like kind of this deep dark secret.
And when we were going through his, like, I guess when he was going through his memory, and like we were seeing that full scene play out where he like kills the guy, like I genuinely felt bad for him. I'm like, man, this sucks for him.
No,
like,
yeah, it's terrible.
This is terrible. And then he's just kind of like, well, I don't really care.
It's like, I want to be bad.
Like, you know what? I have a really sad backstory, and I'm just gonna be bad.
It's like, Great.
Like, no redemption, which is fine. Like, not every villain needs redemption, but I don't know. Just why build up a character so much? If
No,
there's-
yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. So, anyway, I mean, that's nitpicky maybe a little bit, but here's a critique I have. And this is just, like, minor, too. Well, maybe not minor. Joyce, this season does absolutely nothing. Just zero things. She
It's
rides
true.
in the back seat basically the whole time, and then she, like, I was literally laughing every time she was on screen because, like, what's Joyce doing here? And then she chops off Vecna's head. And it's, like, kind of cool, kind of satisfying. But I'm just like, I don't know. Like, why have Joyce in this whole season if the only thing she's going to do is kill Vecna herself?
And like, something else is, like, Hopper wasn't even in the final battle.
Which is fine? I don't know.
I didn't think... I mean, it's like... I mean, I think Joyce and Hopper have been there for equal amounts of time
Yeah.
and been equally as invested.
Yes.
And Hopper's like... I have lots of other problems with that whole situation, but Hopper's not... It just felt so
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
anticlimactic.
okay. And this is what sucks is that, like, there's so much potential for this season. And I know we keep saying that, but even in the finale, the sequence where Hopper, his mind gets taken over by Vecna is sick.
Okay.
No, hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
I think, like, the whole thing of Vecna, like, it was kind of similar to Max, where, like, Vecna was messing with Max all of season 4. In the finale, when he does that to Hopper, and he breaks open the tank and, like, thinks he kills Elle, I just felt so much more invested in that scene because, like, there were stakes for a character I liked.
Yep.
And it made me wish that this whole season was like that. Like, instead of shoehorning all these new kids into it or whatever, which I didn't even hate Holly. This is not hate on Holly. But, like, I wish Vecna had taken characters that we cared about. And it would have created it would have solved so many issues. Because the season was so bloated. There's so many characters. Imagine if Vecna started taking Hopper, started taking Jonathan, started taking even Steve. Like, how much more invested we would have felt in, like, getting these characters back and saving these characters, and these characters who are taken getting messed with by Vecna. Like, I would have been so much more invested in the season like that. I don't know how you would have done it. Instead of just these kids that I'm, like, kind of like, yeah, they're kids. It sucks that they're taken, but, like, I kind of like Derek. I kind of like Holly. Don't care about any of the other kids.
Right. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe that's also nitpicky, but...
No, I mean, I think either it was the first volume 1 reaction, I guess. We talked about how we kind of liked the inclusion of Holly and Derek and, like, how we...
I did to a certain extent.
And, like, we appreciated it going somewhere. I think in retrospect, it was a horrible decision. Mainly
Hindsight is 20/20. guys.
right. Just because it's like... I mean, exactly what you said. It's like, again, last season, why are we introducing new characters?
Mm-hmm.
And even Dimension X, I still kind of have problems with. Like,
Or the Abyss or whatever
right,
it's called.
whatever it's called. Why are we introducing so many new concepts and we're leaving characters who have been there since season 1?
Yeah.
Jonathan, kind of Nancy, Steve had his moments, but, like,
Yeah.
it's insane to me that you would leave the characters that we care about to do nothing and give Holly Wheeler
More screen time.
a protagonist. Like,
Yeah.
give her a main role.
And, again, it's not hate on her or anything like that.
and
It's just like...
I thought she killed it.
Yeah, it's just we don't care about her as a character that much. Like, she's always kind of been the little sister that's clueless, and, like, yeah, to bring her to the forefront, it was cool, but, like, there's not really a great explanation either, like, why Vecna wanted kids particularly. He's like, oh, their minds are weak, but there's just not, like, a ton of...
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have to make up that reason. Like, Vecna could have taken their closest friends, like Elle's closest friends, to make her emotional and unstable in her powers. And, like, there could have been a reason for that, you know? Instead, he just, like, takes kids because he's like, oh, their minds are easy to control, which also kind of makes sense. But, like, I just think it was a poor decision and made the show even more bloated than it needed to be. So,
Totally agree.
yeah. Okay. Okay, you seem like you didn't like the Hopper sequence. Like, dig into that
Well,
more.
I just kind of noticed every time Vecna controls somebody, they're standing still. But, like, they're moving in their mind or whatever, and
Yeah.
they have these terrible visions.
Yeah.
Except for Hopper when the plot needs him to bust open the tank.
Yes.
Which is, like, fine, and that is super nitpicky. And I did love that sequence because it had emotional depth. And
Yeah.
Hopper actually did something in
Yeah.
season 5. But I was like, hold on. He's definitely supposed to be not moving.
Yeah. other inconsistencies in that scene. I watched this with my cousin Austin, who's also a huge Stranger Things fan, and they go to the Upside Down, and she wants to use the tank, right? Well, Austin pointed out, he was like, in season 1, when Barb goes to the Upside Down, the pool's not full. Like, there's no water in that pool. And this sounds super nitpicky, but this gets at something that really frustrates me with Stranger Things, is like they go to the Upside Down and the tank is full of water, just clean, normal water, and it's fine. It serves the story fine. But here's the thing: the show has no consistency in its world building. Like, they don't play by their own rules, even when it would create hurdles for the characters. Like, if anything, I like when a story, its world is so solid that like the characters have to play within the rules,
Right.
And like that little thing of like the Upside Down, there's just no consistency there. It's just such a little thing, but it shows, I don't know, it reveals the greater problem, I think, with some of this storytelling. And that's why I like shows like Severance so much, is because like the rules of the mechanic are super like fleshed out, super solid, and the characters have to play within those rules and cannot overcome them without like using their own intuition. Like, the rules don't just bend to what the story or the characters need. Like, they have to overcome it, and there's just none of that in Stranger Things at this point. So
No, yeah, totally agree.
yeah, I don't know, that was such a little thing. Sorry, keep going.
No, I mean, that was kind of it. I just noticed, I'm like, he shouldn't be moving, and that was a huge plot point of that episode.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I don't know, I think it's sad too, because like I was relatively invested in Vecna as a villain, and then there's kind of another cop out with like the Mind Flayer controlling Vecna kind of the whole time, which I know
we kind of already knew.
We kind of already knew, but season 4 didn't really say that at all. And then in the play, they were like, which, by the way, no one has seen the play, really. And then in the play, they're like, well, he's kind of controlled by Vecna, or not by Vecna, sorry, by the Mind Flayer. And then that's just kind of implied this whole season, and I'm fine with it, but I just kind of wish that we'd stuck with the Mind Flayer the whole time, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do think in season 4 you hit the problem of like, we need a physical thing to cause chaos.
Yeah.
So I don't even hate that aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the final battle where like the hand thing or like the big structure just is the Mind Flayer.
Yeah.
I was like, I got flashbacks to season 1 when they're in the school and Elle's like this with the Demogorgon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Demogorgon, sorry guys. And it's like, what am I even watching?
Yeah.
As Nancy's getting chased by a huge CGI spider?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I felt so much more scared of the Demogorgon in season 1, just like a single monster. And I felt zero fear when that giant monster came on screen. I was like, oh, it looks sick. That's about all I thought about it. Nancy didn't even die. Nancy should have been cooked.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I don't know. So,
I mean, I did, and I think another aspect of this too is like, part of me liked this episode deep down.
Sure.
And like, I liked that they all had their moment when they fought the big bad.
Yeah.
And like, Mike got to use his flare gun, and Lucas had the acid or whatever, and Elle jumped and killed Vecna. But then when you think about it for 4 seconds, you're like, wait, this was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, even in the CGI fight in the Mind Flayer, Vecna dies within like
pretty quickly, like 3 minutes.
A minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like the big bad of your show, really. The Mind Flayer has been the big bad, but like Vecna is the notable one.
Yeah.
Like, we've had all this build up. And in season 4, Elle and Vecna fight, and it was a long fight, and both of them got cooked.
Yeah.
And then it's like, Elle throws him up against a little post, and
also, like, there's so many moments where it's like, oh, if Vecna had just brought her down, like, 2 feet over, she would have been impaled by the spike. And he could, like, I don't know, it's not a ton of, I know that I say there's not a ton of realism. I know it's Stranger Things, but, like, again, it's just,
even within the own rules,
it's just
like
common sense,
yeah,
too.
Exactly.
Man, I was gonna say something else. I forget, but yeah, I was kind of disappointed with the whole fight scene and everything. And
I mean, the plot armor in that scene
it's crazy,
ridiculously strong.
Yeah. And like, there's other inconsistencies too, where like the kids, like in season 2, Will has to be almost burned alive to get the mind flayer out of him. And then in season 5, when they unplug the kids from the mind flayer, they just instantly barf up the black smoke.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, there's just so many little things. I'm like, why are we not playing within our own rules right now? I know it would be, I don't know, it just feels like there's no stakes because, like, oh, when the plot needs them to be good, they're just going to be good, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. So.
Okay. We've kind of trashed on the whole fight,
Yeah.
which was admittedly bad. But I do think we have positives in the epilogue.
Yes, we do. And I feel bad that, like, the talk around this is so negative. It's hard when you're invested in something for so long, and it's just, like, disappointing.
Right.
But there were parts of the epilogue that I really liked.
I agree.
I really liked specifically Steve's ending. Like, listen, I wanted Steve to live. He lived. He became a baseball coach and, like, basically the equivalent of a gym teacher. And it was great. And, like, the perfect ending for him, right? There were other characters like Dustin that had a great ending, I would say. Max and Lucas, who they were probably, I'd say over the span of the show, one of the couples I was most invested in, genuinely.
Yeah.
Like, their ending was super sweet and felt very deserved. Like, they've been through so much crap, specifically Max. And, like, for her to just to have a happy ending, like, it's really sweet, you know? Joyce and Hopper, I know, I kind of wish one of them had died. I kind of wish there was more sadness, but the scene at Enzo's where he proposes is very sweet. Like, there's some satisfaction in that I was, in the moment, very happy with. I don't know. What do you think?
I agree with basically everything you said. I do think some of the endings were pretty weak.
Yes.
And I think, again, it's like you have such a bloated cast, and then you make everybody live. And it's like, I mean,
well, lots of loose ends to tie.
Robin, what was her ending? She went to college. Jonathan went to NYU, which is like a callback to the first season.
And he makes movies. Shocker.
Right. It's just like a lot of the character endings felt super cookie cutter.
Yes.
I think Steve's was good. I think Dustin's was good. I think we'll get into like the 3 scenes individually of like.
Yes.
Okay, Mike and Hopper's moment
was very sweet.
I really liked.
Yes, I liked that too. I really liked Mike's ending, genuinely.
Okay.
And then there was stuff I didn't like, but I liked how he was sad, genuinely sad that the person that he loved, like, he just couldn't be with her anymore. And, you know, I liked that he kind of became a writer and stuff like that. Like, I did like how but he was the only character too that didn't have like the fully happy ending, but his ending was so satisfying.
Right.
And like, that's the whole thing. Like, characters don't need to live and get their dream, accomplish their dream to have a satisfying ending.
Yeah, I agree.
But yes, keep going.
Yeah, I think I would honestly say Mike's ending was one of the strongest.
Yes.
I liked the D&D scene.
Yes, I did like that too.
I thought it was really good.
Until.
We'll get into it.
Yes.
I mean, the scene on the rooftop kind of felt campy and like just poorly written. It was fine. I thought Dustin's graduation speech was great.
Yes.
Call back to Eddie.
Yes.
And I think a lot of like the flashback moment was on the nose.
Yeah. That's a critique I have of the whole episode.
Really? Okay, because I didn't mind it just because it pulled on my heartstrings and like.
Well, that's the thing.
But also, it reminded me of how great the show was.
Yes. And
then
that's what's so tough.
How bad it is now. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, there was one moment where it flashed back to like Lucas in the attic when he's screaming from. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what emotional investment feels like.
Yeah, and. Yeah, again, I don't mind it, but it really, until the epilogue, it kind of felt like this whole episode was like 30% flashbacks.
Yeah.
It wasn't just when they're killing Vecna. And I am kind of glad that it showed like all the damage that he did to this group of people.
Right.
But like, we've also seen the 4 seasons
We've all
prior
seen
to
the
this.
show, right?
We know what they've been through. And like, even if it was just a quick cut, like, it doesn't need to, I don't know. Maybe it's too nitpicky too, but I don't know. Just it felt a lot of the flashbacks felt very on the nose.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Should we get into the thing?
Yeah. So the D&D scene, which I knew that they would do this.
Yeah, it's not,
but
surprising.
It was very sweet, and like, I don't know. I actually felt like so much investment in those characters again, which I didn't feel super connected to the characters this season, genuinely.
Yeah, I think it's true.
But to see them just have fun playing D&D, it was both nostalgic and very sweet, you know? And then Mike kind of gets into his theory about Elle. And I don't know. I'm still processing it, I think. But I want to hear your thoughts on it first.
My thoughts are this. Here's what I want to happen, just for the sake of my own sanity. I want Elle to be dead. Elle has to be dead. And I want it to be Mike's, like, kind of headcanon dream of what happened. And I am so okay with that.
I am too.
Because I think it's such a great ending for Mike, who, they don't do a great job of showing this, but, like, has been the leader of the party and has kind of been the storyteller.
Yeah.
Of the, not the show, but, like, of the group.
Yeah.
So for him to cook up this thing of, like, she's still alive and happy somewhere is great.
And I like that they did end it with ambiguity relatively.
Right. I do also think it shows that the Duffer Brothers have absolutely no bravery and can't kill off a single character.
Yeah.
Which is a whole other issue. But for Mike as a character, I thought it was a great little piece of, like, endings.
Yeah. And I think my critique is maybe less in, like, Elle might be alive, and more of, like, what it's probably going to open up in the future.
If they do,
well, and here's my prediction. I'm going to log an expert prediction right now.
okay.
The Duffer Brothers are going to fail in Hollywood for the next 10 to 15 years.
Ooh.
Straight up. I think that Stranger Things spinoff is not going to do great. I think whatever movie they do next is not going to do great. Like, all of Russo brothers after they did Avengers. Right.
Well, like, okay. Wait, I see where you're going.
And then, in 10 to 15 years, maybe 20, they're going to do some sort of season 6. Maybe it's just like the original Stranger Things 5 seasons is over, and it's a sequel series, kind of like it, set a lot later, with the same cast. It's what Star Wars did. It's what everything in Hollywood is doing right now. And we are all going to get nostalgic. And I know you're like, oh, but Stranger Things is over. The Mind Flayer's still out there, guys. Like, it's still alive.
Right.
And if they're doing a spin-off series, something's still going on, right? So I think that just the nature of it is like the Duffer Brothers and Netflix. Netflix is going to try to find its next Stranger Things. It's not really going to have it. Squid Game's over. Stranger Things is over. Like, what are you going to do, right? So I think that they're going to bring back Stranger Things with the main cast to some extent. And Elle might return. I don't know. Which makes the ambiguity, like, just irrelevant. And I know it's like, oh, that hasn't happened. I can't say that.
Right.
But also, I kind of think that that's what they're going to do at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, I mean, there's definitely going to be a spinoff of some variety, and here's how I know. At the date at Enzo's, which, by the way, should have been in episode 1 of season 5, but it's not, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I have another point of that, actually, but we'll get there in a second. The date at Enzo's, Hopper's like, hey, yo, I got this offer at Montauk.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
kind of a reference to when they pitched the show.
The Duffers pitched the show as Montauk, and, like, they also said in an interview recently that, like, there's a hint in the finale of, like, a spinoff. The spinoff is just Montauk, and it's going to be Hopper and Joyce in New York, and I'm sure Jonathan's going to get roped in, and I'm sure everyone's going to get roped in. Oh, gosh. And we're just going to have Stranger Things 2, but it's going to be called Montauk, which was the original name for the show.
Which, yeah, I don't even know at this point. Like, that's the whole thing is I'm probably going to watch it. And, like,
oh, yeah, they have our money.
Unfortunately. I don't know. I think here's something, too. And I know I've said this before, but it just makes me sad because some great shows like Welcome to Derry or like House of Dragon or like there's some great HBO shows that are probably going to be Netflixified and to some extent, you know?
Right, yeah.
Like, I know we've kind of touched on this a little bit, but like I'm kind of sad that like Netflix just kind of dropped the ball on probably their best product. At least what was their highest quality, best product to a certain extent.
No, I think it's true.
Especially at the scale, right? And it just makes me sad, like, we might just see the continued downfall of quality television. Because I don't know what the future holds with Netflix kind of holding all the cards now. But
well, the merger they haven't bought it, have they?
It's going to go through.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Paramount's hostile takeover was rejected. Yeah, which there's issues with Paramount too. I'm not like taking sides, but
It's just a bad situation.
I have genuine concerns about Netflix taking over some of these huge IPs, even the new Harry Potter series. And I'm like, are they going to try to dumb that down a little bit? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, so
Maybe Netflix learns from Stranger Things and the backlash that this season has got. No, you don't think so?
no, it might be a Duffers issue. Like, it might be a creative team issue that I don't think Sean Levy is actually that great of a storyteller. I
also don't.
think he can talk the talk great. I think he has made some decent movies, but like, I'm sorry, I don't think that any of them have aged incredibly or
Right.
like will stick out to people. They're not master storytellers, none of them.
I will say Netflix has also made great shows.
They have.
Like people talk about Dark, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Two of my favorite shows of all time are Arcane and BoJack Horseman, which
Yeah.
are both Netflix shows, and they're both incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard great things about Narcos. Like, there's there's some great stuff. I just am concerned about the future because the present isn't that great.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Like, we shouldn't be getting nostalgia for 2016 Netflix, but we kind of are,
Yeah.
which is not great. So, I don't know. But, yeah.
I have a proposal
Okay.
on how I would fix season 5, and I would love to hear yours.
Okay.
Okay, here's my proposal, audience. Take out all the kids' plotline.
Yeah.
Stupid. And, like, they said they were going to do this, and then they really didn't. They said they were going to hit the ground running, and there'd be no exposition, and it'd just be, like, pick up right as season 4 left off. Nope. Not even close. So episode 4 of season 5 would be my episode 1. And we would start it off with a freaking bang. And then episode, 8 or 9? 8? The finale would be 5 or 6.
Okay.
And then 7 would be the big battle.
Okay.
Just like an hour long. And then 8 would be the epilogue. And take out the
I don't
kids'
even hate that.
plotline entirely. Have Murray, Erica, even Robin maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And like kind of the side characters who have kind of been left in the dust get captured.
Mm-hmm.
And like even those little changes, I would be so much more emotionally invested.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think that's bad.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't. Here's my fix for Stranger Things.
Okay.
5. I agree. I think the first 4 episodes was too long. I think that you do it in 2. First 2 episodes are kind of what Volume 1 was, to an extent. Instead of the kids being kidnapped, it's just random people that specifically Elle is closest to. Because Vecna knows that Elle is probably the only person that can kill him. And maybe there's some sort of explanation that when Elle is emotional, her powers get unstable. And Vecna would rather fight an unstable Elle than just like, I don't know, than something else, right?
Right.
So Vecna starts doing what he did to Hopper and did to Max, 2 other characters in like that are close to Elle. Like, imagine if in episode 1, the Wheelers get murked and like Karen and Ted actually die.
Okay.
And they take Mike.
The fact that Karen Wheeler lived
Crazy.
is insane.
But like, imagine like in episode 1, Demogorgons come in, kill. Oh, by the way, where the flip were the Demogorgons and everything in the Abyss? Just not there at all.
That's a great question.
How are there no guards? Just so stupid. Sorry.
No, it's you're right.
Demogorgons come in, kill the Wheelers, take Mike. Then they take like Dustin or whatever. Like they take a few characters that are close to Elle, right? Elle and Will team up, try to do some sort of extraction, get taken out, like get stopped by the army or whatever. And then Vecna unleashes the Demogorgons on them to try to kill Elle. And then Will finds out he has powers. That's the first 2 episodes.
That'd be insane. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And then somehow in all of that, I don't know. I haven't really thought this through at all, by the way.
This is off the dome.
But we condense the volume 1 into 2 episodes. They go into an extraction into the Upside Down. I'm fine with the Abyss and all that stuff. Let's say that still exists.
Yeah, that's fine.
But then they fail. Like, they miserably fail in, like, let's say Nancy dies trying to save her brother.
Oh.
Right? And let's say, I don't know, maybe they get Dustin out of there, and then Steve, like, almost saves Dustin, and then Dustin dies. Right? Like, imagine. Now, I'm not saying that should really happen, but what if some of those characters actually died?
Yeah.
They fail. The stakes are so much higher, and they feel like they can't overcome it.
I just cooked up a crazy idea.
Do you want to interject it now?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
So Max has kind of been left out of this whole
Yeah.
Stranger Things plot that we've just constructed. You bring Billy back, and Billy is in Vecna's mind, and Max and Billy have to get out. But,
Yeah.
like, Billy can stay dead, but it's
Yeah.
just like you cook up some expositional thing of like Billy lives in Vecna's mind. Fine.
Yeah.
But like you have so much tension and depth already there, and you let them work out all their character mess that they've had for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And then Max escapes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I would be so much more invested than
Right.
Holly Wheeler.
Right. And I don't know. I just feel like even in like the Hopper scene that we actually got, like when he saw his daughter again, I was like, oh, that sucks for him. Like imagine we had one of those scenes with Dustin where Eddie comes back. And it's just, like,
Yes.
it's kind of what happened with Max and when Billy came back, right?
Yes.
Like you're like, oh my gosh, like this is trauma incarnate, right? Anyway, I feel like they needed to fail in an attempt to rescue everybody. Maybe they bring Kali back or whatever. They find a new way to get into the abyss, and then they stop Vecna, and you get the epilogue. I just feel like you cut out some of the stuff, you create some stakes, and instantly the show is like so much more elevated.
Yeah. By the way, the only person who died in the last season
Kali.
is Kali.
Sucks.
And maybe Elle. Maybe. That's insane.
Probably not Elle.
That's like, that is mind blowing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just am at a loss for words, guys.
It's
Yeah.
sad.
Let us know how you think they could have fixed Stranger Things genuinely. I don't know. I don't want to hate too much because while I don't think they sucked the landing, we got some resolution of some sort and the show is over and some of the characters got happy endings, right? Maybe we can cut our losses.
Yeah, but that's sad. Like, I don't
It is
want
sad.
to. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it makes me so sad.
Yeah.
On my rewatches, I don't think I'll rewatch season 5.
No, yeah, me neither. I think I'm going to wrap this up by saying what I think the problem is.
Okay.
I was online the night before the finale.
Okay.
And I saw some incredible theories on what could actually be happening.
By the way, y'all's comments are, some of y'all's theories are way better than
what actually happened.
what actually happened.
And this is the problem with, like, it happened with Game of Thrones. Everybody was theorizing, like, oh, Littlefinger is a faceless man, right? There's some crazy theories. And then what you get is just not as good, right? I think, like, you kind of set yourself up for some disappointment, right? But there were just theories that were genuinely, like, they seemed like they might actually happen. Like, there were so many little clues, which just ended up being mistakes, that, like, Vecna was in Will's mind the whole time and stuff wasn't happening the way it should have been, right? But then, like, that just wasn't true at all, and they were just mistakes that the Duffers made that were just pointless, you know?
Right.
So, I don't know. I think my hope was that I don't know, my expectations would be subverted, but not subverted in a bad way. Like, I wanted to be outthought in Stranger Things. I wanted the Duffers to have played everybody. I genuinely would have been more invested if Kali ended up being the big bad and was playing everybody the whole season. Like, genuinely. Because it would have been at least...
It would have been interesting.
It would not have been predictable.
Right.
But still, it could have been done very well.
Yeah.
And that's why I know I keep referencing shows like Severance, but I cannot predict Severance. And yet it succeeds in, I don't know, blowing my mind every time, right?
And I think there's a difference between good, bad, and then interesting. It's like, I think that the ending of this show is good. It's fine.
Yeah, I'd
But
say
not a single interesting thing happened in the last season.
Yes.
Whereas Severance, even if season 3 is like, I don't know if I agree with, like, that decision or that decision, at least they swung for the fences.
Yeah.
Like, at least they tried.
Yeah, like it kind of felt like there were zero risks taken. And when I thought they, like, killed the Wheelers in episode 2, I was like, oh my gosh, like, they're just going for it. And I was ready, like, I'm going to be buckled in. I'm ready for the season. If they're going to kill characters, like, I don't know. And I know we've talked a lot about Game of Thrones, but I know I'm probably going to get some flack for this. Season 8 was terrible. I'm going to say that outright. I am more impressed that they took swings. Like, they did something interesting. I don't think the interesting things that they did were good. I think they were very bad. But I honestly commend Game of Thrones a little bit more for just taking some risks.
Yeah, for trying.
Like, killing off some characters. I don't know. Was it a good ending? No, it was bad. But like, at least it was interesting. I don't know.
No, I think it's valid.
Yeah.
This episode felt safe and bland.
Yeah. That's all she wrote, I guess, guys. Like, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so.
Let us know what you think of Stranger Things as a whole. I missed seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah, and 4.
I missed when it was a small town mystery, and I was more scared of the Demogorgon and the Upside Down than the Mind Flayer, Incarnate, and the Abyss. But, you know, that's what we got, guys. So let us know.
Season 5 is what we got.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate all of Stranger Things? Actually, that's a good question.
Oh, that is a good question.
What would you
Let's
think?
answer that.
Like, as a relatively completed product.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
It is hard because I'm like, you just have to stick the landing or it sours it. But
It's like Lost. Yeah.
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, and I think like a 7.9.
Bro, I was just going to go 7, straight up.
Okay.
I think there's, like, early seasons especially, there's some great storytelling, great characters. And then it just tapers off in quality. The ending is fine. And it keeps it positive, but not great. Like, I'm not going to go out there and say that this is an all-time great show. It's just not.
It's,
which is so sad.
It could have been.
Seasons 1 through 3, I thought it could have maybe gone down in history.
It could have been Duffer Brothers.
Yeah. So, let us know what you think of it on a scale of 1 to 10. We'd love to know. If you disagree with our opinions, let us know. Just
Please
be respectful.
comment. We will respond.
And if you're still here and you're not subscribed, guys, it's just time.
It's 2026.
Subscribe.
The fire died.
It's fine.
Stole my line. In the future, we'll be the premier movie podcast. Maybe.
We are the fastest growing outside Fireside movie and television podcast.
That's true.
Probably.
I'm not even going to say probably. I'm going to stand on that.
If you know another outside Fireside film and television podcast that is growing as quick as we are, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll collab.
We will, actually.
Maybe. But yeah, hey, we love you guys. 2026 has a lot of great stuff in store.
I think 2026 might be one of the best years for movies we've seen in a hot minute.
Maybe. Is it 2019 all over again?
I think it might be.
Hopefully. We'll see. But
you
yeah,
should subscribe.
Stick around. We got some great stuff coming out.
we
Oscars
do.
are coming up. Maybe we'll actually review Hamnet.
We're gonna review Hamnet. I know.
Maybe
we keep
we'll review
saying
Anaconda. Who knows?
Yeah, if you want an Anaconda, we may. How many likes for an Anaconda review?
Jeez, 1,000 likes, which we got on our last Stranger Things episode. If we
Okay.
get 1,000 likes, we will review Anaconda.
1,000 likes for an Anaconda review.
If you want that bad. But yeah, hey, thanks for sticking around. Is there anything else you want to say?
Take a break.
Enjoy film.
I've never said take a break before.
Really?
Yeah.